Welcome to Jason's Chemistry channel. Our next topic is going to be law of multiple proportions. And this law was proposed by John Dalton. The statement is given here. When two elements combine to form two or more compounds, the masses of one element which combines with the fixed mass of other bears a simple whole number ratio. So this is the statement of this law. Now I am going to give you an illustration for better understanding of this law. I am going to take example of the oxides of nitrogen. The first one is nitrous oxide, nitric oxide, nitrogen trioxide, nitrogen dioxide and nitrogen pentoxide. So nitrogen is able to form 5 types of oxides. Now what is the statement? When two elements, here the two elements are going to be nitrogen and oxygen, combine to form more than 2 compounds. Here it forms 5 compounds. So two elements, nitrogen and oxygen, they combine to form more than 2 compounds. Here in this case it is going to be 5 compounds. What is the statement? The mass of one element which combine with the fixed mass of other bears a simple whole number ratio. I am going to explain it now. Now what is the atomic mass of nitrogen? Now the atomic mass of nitrogen is 14. What is the atomic mass of oxygen? The atomic mass of oxygen is 16. So in the first case we have 2 nitrogen. So 2 into 14 is 28. You have only 1 oxygen, so it is going to be 16. The second case there is 1 nitrogen and 1 oxygen. So the ratio is going to be 14 is to 16. Third case you have 2 nitrogen, 2 into 14 is 28, 3 oxygen, 3 into 16 is 48. The third case you have 1 nitrogen and 2 oxygen, 1 nitrogen is 14, 2 oxygen, 2 into 16 is 32, and in the fifth case N2, so you have 2 nitrogen here, 2 into 14 is 28, 5 oxygen, so 5 into 16 is 80. Now what is my aim? I am going to take the ratio of nitrogen to be fixed. So look at the first case, third case and fifth case. It is 28. I want to change these 2 cases also to 28. So what should I do? I should multiply this by 2. Right? What will I get? Here in this case I will be getting 28 is 16. Here I am multiplying by 2. So I will be getting 28 is to 32. In this case it will remain the same. In this case I am going to multiply by 2. So 28 is to 64. In this case it is going to be the same. So what is my aim? My aim is to keep the ratio of nitrogen a constant value, right? Now I am going to apply the law. The mass of one of the element is going to be oxygen, the mass of one of the element which combines with a fixed mass of other. I am going to fix the mass of the other element and I am going to look the ratio of the next element. Now this looks like a ratio. I am going to write it down. 16 is to 32 is to 48 is to 64 is to 80. So it is going to be 1 is to 2 is to 3 is to 4 is to 5. I will explain you again. When 2 elements, in this case 2 elements are nitrogen and oxygen, combine to form 2 or more compounds. In this case it is forming 5 types of compounds. The mass of one element, this is the mass of one element, which combines with a fixed mass of other. The other element's mass is going to be fixed. Now this looks like a ratio. You can fix the ratio of one element and you are going to look at the ratio of the other element. That looks like a simple ratio. Now you will be asking me a question. Shall we fix the ratio of oxygen constant and look at nitrogen? Yes, you can do that. That is also correct. Right? In this case I have fixed the ratio of nitrogen and I am looking at the ratio of oxygen here. Now the ratio of oxygen is 16, 32, 48, 64, 80. When I simplify, I get 1 is to 2 is to 3 is to 4 is to 5. So when the ratio of one element is fixed, the other element's value will also look like a simple integral ratio. So that is the statement of this law. And I am going to take another example for that. Example 2, I am going to take oxides of carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. The atomic mass of carbon is 12 and that of oxygen is 16. Now you look at the ratio. Carbon, it is going to be 12. You have only one oxygen, so 16. 12 is to 16. In this case, second case, it is going to be 12. Oxygen is 2. So 2 into 16 is 32. Now what I am going to do is, I am going to fix this ratio. I am going to fix this ratio and I am going to look at the other ratio. Now the ratio of oxygen is 1 is to 2. Now this looks like a simple ratio, right? I am going to fix the ratio of carbon. I am going to look at the ratio of oxygen. Now it looks like a simple ratio. Now our question is, shall we fix the ratio of oxygen? Yes, you can do that also. For that, here it is 32. Here I am going to multiply this by 2. So what will I get? I will get 24 is to 32. Here it is going to be 12 is to 32. In this case, I am going to fix the ratio of oxygen to be constant. Now you look at the ratio of carbon here. It is going to be 12 is to 24. Again, which is 1 is to 2. Now this also looks like a ratio. So either you can fix the ratio of carbon constant or you can fix the ratio of oxygen constant. Whatever way it may be, the law is correct. So when you are fixing the ratio of one element and when you are looking into the ratio of the other element, it looks like a simple ratio, right? I want you to give one more example. Example is the oxide of sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. The atomic number of sulfur is 32, that of oxygen is 16. In this case, the ratio is 32 is to 32 because only one sulfur, 2 oxygen. 2 into 16 is 32. Here sulfur is going to be 32. For oxygen it is 3. 3 into 16 is 48. Now what I am going to do is I am going to fix the ratio of sulfur a constant. 32 is to 32. What will you get now? The ratio of oxygen is 32 is to 48, which is going to be 2 is to 3. Now again it is going to be a simple ratio. I think you will understand this law very easily from these following examples.